My message to Elon Musk is bullshit. You're not the media.
What NBC News and reporters do matters.
They won't evolve. Like, the people who work at NBC News will not have careers in journalism 10 years from now. And the reason they won't is not because of technology. It's because they have no credibility, because they're...
So if Elon Musk buys MSNBC, we're cooked, okay? Because they only won the election due to the mass amount of alt-right influencers, podcasters, Fox News, and Elon Musk buying Twitter and turning it into an alt-right pipeline. Do you guys understand that this is one of our biggest news broadcasters? And if he buys it, it's literally over. Now, a lot of our news channels take middle-of-the-road approaches, and that's why the right is so mad, because they want it to be right-leaning, and if it isn't right-leaning, then it's left-wing propaganda. And Elon Musk will take the channel and turn it into another alt-right pipeline. This is huge. This is really bad. Our news outlets already don't do enough when it comes to holding these people accountable. We didn't see them report enough on Donald Trump's atrocities. They don't hold him accountable in interviews and don't pressure questions on him. So it's really frustrating to see this play out. We really need someone on our side to buy MSNBC, because if they bought it, it would literally spell out disaster.
Yes, within the space of 9 hours, Money Joe attacks Elon Musk while AXIOS CEOs had a meltdown because Elon Musk says citizen reporters have eclipsed the corporate media, extremely concerning. The kind of meltdown I've seen on social media pertaining to Elon Musk is concerning. This is coming few days. He announced that he wants to buy MSNBC, which to me, I know that was a joke, but these people are not taking it any longer. The kind of meltdown Money Joe put out, we are going to take an exclusive look into all this. I believe you've seen Tucker Carlson going off on MSNBC. When I saw this video, I thought it is important I show you what exactly is happening.
Here's what he had to say.
But where do you see journalism going? You know, Elon Musk said you are the media now after Election Day. How do you think it's going to change and evolve over the next few years? How important is it for citizen journalists?
Well, I would just start by saying there's nothing more corrupt than what we have. So I'm glad that it's going away. There's nothing shallower than cable news. There's life in it. So for them to say, you know, the public is reaching conclusions we disagree with because they're not watching long and they're getting all their news from TikTok or something. There's, again, I just want to restate, there's nothing shallower, dumber, more repetitive, more controlled, less informative than cable news. I think I can say that with authority, so can you. So if they're claiming that the other guys are just like not up to their level of journalism or rectitude, like that, it's just dogs barking. It means nothing to me. Obviously, we're entering a much freer, more open period. Elon Musk deserves 100% of the credit for that because he has this platform at scale, the only one at scale that's open. Joe Rogan deserves the credit for creating an entire new genre, podcasting, from which I'm benefiting. So I'm grateful to Joe Rogan, and I mean that. Plus, I love Joe Rogan anyway. But he did that single-handedly. So, and I guess we're both beneficiaries of it. He created this thing like it didn't exist before. It's an amazing thing. And you know, if the world were fair, then you know everyone in the media would be tipping a hat to him. Like, did you invent the newspaper? Did you invent radio? Did you invent television? I don't think so. Joe Rogan essentially invented podcasting. I mean, he made it clear to everybody else that this could both have an effect and be a real business. You know, who thought that would be true? He proved it. Here are my concerns. My concerns. Now, I don't have too many concerns. Here's something that annoys me. If there's a lesson of what happened to television and newspapers, print, and legacy media, they died because they were corrupt. I mean, the business model changed, et cetera, et cetera. There are ways they won't evolve. Like, the people who work at NBC News will not have careers in journalism 10 years from now. And the reason they won't is not because of technology. It's because they have no credibility because they're corrupt. They're liars. So that's really the lesson. Corruption kills you, especially in a business predicated on trust, which is the media.
Yes, Tucker Carlson is spot on. What he said here, nothing but the truth. The best decision this man took, or can I say, firing him from Fox News was just the best thing to him. What Tucker Carlson has made is not even comparing to what He worked on Fox News for a number of years. That is to tell you, a lot of people depend on him on information. Looking through, I realized Tucker Carlson was actually the first on Spotify, surpassing Joe Rogan. And he's still very grateful, appreciating Joe Rogan for starting that base. The mainstream media thought this would be impossible. I remember when he left Fox News, how they mocked him. But look at the story today. Elon Musk saying, "You are the media." It's very simple. People now depend on, you know, individual content creators like this for information, TikTok videos. That is what I've observed. People don't watch the news, they turn it off. So I don't get the point why these people melting down on social media, partaking to this crazy. They can no longer control the information. Reason the view said the other day, Kamala could have won if
Well, it would help if we could regulate social media, because one of the biggest offenders is DC and Congress have not been able to do one thing in regard to the rogue corporations of social media.
Stop. Again, they lose an election and then they complain. You didn't censor our opponents enough. We weren't able to control the narrative enough. We need to be able to control what people are saying and make sure the information that we don't like doesn't get out there.
For example, Musk is joking, I think, about maybe trying to buy MSNBC. It seems he's just trying to troll. Comcast is not making MSNBC up for sale right now. Maybe something will change in a few years. But those tweets, those posts from Musk, those memes that he's posting, it just speaks to his power and his center of power throughout this incoming administration.
But elaborate on that potential joke. He used some of the same phrasing that he used a few years ago when he ended up actually buying Twitter, when he said, "How much is it?" just fairly casually.
Yes.
I mean, it would seem that, yes, there is a fair amount of trolling going on right now, but at the same time, Comcast is cleaving off a part of the business that could potentially be an affordable acquisition. Do you think that there's any possibility that it's more than a joke?
Well, some inside MSNBC are taking Musk's comments seriously, whether he's trolling.
yes, in as much as I struggle to believe this was a joke, it might not. But I ask myself again, what will Elon Musk do with MMBC? Is it just to afford that and fire everybody? Because he believed that people working on MMBC are just quacks. There's no real journalists. Even if they are real journalists, they spread propaganda, which is a problem to allow Musk. Joy Reid is the first. We have Rachel Nadeau and this morning Joe. These are people that actually provoke a lot of people spreading hate on social media. Now, going back into this man, you can clearly see that Elon Musk, to him and to a lot of these people, is someone they don't joke with.
Take a look here. President Trump's transition net approval. You go back to November of 2016. Look at this. It was just at plus 1 point. Just at plus 1 point. That is well below the historical norm. Look at where we are today. Significantly higher. Plus 18 points. That's 17 points higher on the presidential transition net approval rating. The bottom line is this. If 8 years ago Americans were lukewarm on Donald Trump, at this particular point, they're giving him much more the benefit of the doubt. A lot more Americans are in love with this transition. This much more meets the historical norms where normally presidents get that boost coming out of their victory. And what we're seeing here is Donald Trump's presidential transition is getting a thumbs up. And
imagine you're CNN and MSNBC. You're at a point that you're okay losing to Fox. You're at a point that you're okay losing to Rogan. You're at a point that you may even okay losing to other podcasters, right? You know, election night, some people are putting more numbers than you are. We did that on election night. You're like, listen, those guys are amateurs. We're pros. We built the Titanic. The amateurs are building the Joe Rogan Experience, the PBD podcast, all this other stuff. But these are amateurs. But imagine you wake up one day and your producer comes to you and says, guys, what? Hallmark just beat us. Well, bro, what are you talking about? Hallmark just beat us. Tell me nobody's written that article yet. Bro, they wrote it already. That's bullshit. No. Hallmark? They make cards. Give them a Hallmark. Hallmark beat CNN and MSNBC in viewership last week.
No way.
Here's a supersized guide to rating in all 32 new holiday films. Can you imagine that? Man. How do you let Hallmark beat you? You can let a lot of people beat you. You cannot let Hallmark beat you. We're talking about practice, right? We're talking about Hallmark. We cannot be talking about Hallmark here, right? I mean, you understand what the reference of the great AI.
I think what we're all saying is we're going to sit and watch. We're going to wait and see because we can't do anything else except.
I'm not going to wait and see. I mean, this guy is told us he's a retribution. He's going to be a
What are you doing? Like, there's nothing to be done until you know what you're fighting. It's pissing in the wind doesn't help. You just get a wet face.
But I mean, what I'm saying is I have no false expectations that at 78 he's going to all of a sudden turn into another human being. And I'm not going to spend. I spent weeks telling people that he was apocalyptic. I'm not going to change now because it's still the same man.
Not treating every single thing like
I think that's when we lose credibility.
Well, here's the thing: you lose credibility in many different ways. If you don't know what you're talking about and you accuse him of something, then they're going to blow it back. That's why I say we need to wait and see exactly what you're going to do.
Jack Smith is saying that he is going to move to dismiss one of the 2 criminal cases against President-elect Trump.
I decided to summarize some of these issues on these single videos because I don't like to create multiple videos or make it too long. Sometimes it can be boring. Thank you guys for always being there, sharing out my videos. God bless you abundantly. For people who say they don't understand me, please turn up your captions. When you turn on your captions, sometimes it will be easy to get the translations. That will be better. Push it.
That's what she did.
NBC News can now project that Donald Trump has won the state of Wisconsin, which means he is the winner of this race and will return to the White House.
And Donald Trump will be our next president.
Donald Trump will become the 47th president of the United States.
CNN projects that Donald Trump has been elected president, defeating Vice President Kamala Harris and making a political comeback unlike any in modern American politics.
You know what? Donald Trump likes my music.
Please register to vote.
Look at this. She's only up by 15 points.
Got Taylor Swift.
But if you said to me, out of the people that exist,
Elon Musk bought X and turned it into the social media arm of the MAGA.
I have a legal note.
You want to take this one?
Play that sound for me.
I do have a legal.
Refuse to make them for me.
Listen, we saw what was going to happen, and now it is happening.
Look, even if Trump American.
I have a legal note.